Welcome back everyone to the Sim Racing Show, your one-stop shop for all of the news in the world of sim racing. It's a pretty exciting week. We've got hardware news, we've got sim news, we've got big car coming to a new sim hot off the press. But I'm going to start with hardware news. I'm going to start with iRacing because big news this week from iRacing. They're releasing 2 more McLaren wheels. These are wheels they do in partnership with McLaren. The reason why I want to start is because you may know that I've been using from time to time one of the wheels in the existing range. This is the iRacing Artura Pro, which is obviously a very high quality wheel if you've seen my videos on it. iRacing are now bringing out the Artura Sport and the Artura GT4. And it's the Artura GT4 I find very interesting because that is the exact same wheel that goes in the Artura GT4 as I understand it. That's going to be their esports wheel. So a little bit like the Fanatec BMW M4 wheel that Valentino Rossi uses. Going to retail for about €800. I don't know whether I'm going to get my hands on one. Hopefully I will and let you know what it's like. But iRacing, bit of a reputation for high quality wheels and more stuff coming in the partnership with McLaren. I've seen some people say they don't like that it's McLaren branded. I've seen some people say they like it. So interesting one. Anyway, letting you know that's coming. Big news now in esports. Probably the biggest news you can get in sim racing esports is Jarno Opmeer has moved teams. This is Jarno Opmeer. He is a F1 Esports World Champion. He is probably the most famous F1 Esports driver. He might be the most famous esports driver in the world. I don't know. But he has moved on from Mercedes and he is going to Alpine. And I seem to remember Alpine were just in like absolute, they were in banter era. I mean, all of F1 Esports were in banter era. There was way too much greed going on as I understand it with the prize money, and as always, it was the viewers and the drivers that lost out the most. But anyway, F1 Esports, there's a driver, silly season going on. Jarno Opmeer, genuinely big move. He's gone to Alpine. Now, going to bring you update to Fanatec. Obviously, big news going on with Fanatec. Last week, declared insolvent. If you've been subscribed to the channel, that will be no surprise to you. I've seen so many people comment on my Fanatec video saying, I had no idea until I watched this video and I've just placed an order for €1,000 and now I'm worried. There's nothing wrong with placing an order for €1,000 as long as you're aware of the situation. So please, if you're watching this video, make sure you're subscribed and tell your friends to subscribe as well. Share the video to your friend and you'll be up to date on the world of Fanatec. Basically, there's a big civil war, as I said months ago, and I think it's 100% true because you've got the ex-CEO Thomas Jackenmeier, you've got the new board who kicked out Thomas Jackenmeier, you've got Corsair, who I spoke to, who kind of want to buy, are still interested in buying the whole thing, but it's all getting very messy. Who's going to come last? As always, it's going to be us, the consumers, it's going to be the employees, it's going to be sim racers that come last because people are squabbling about money. So a bit of a shame, but there we go. Luckily, I'm speaking with various people involved and trying to get what, you know, their position to you transparently so you can make your own mind up. Speaking of administration, sad news, because Recaro's gone into administration. So Recaro, who make racing, really nice racing seats, people have been using them in sim racing, have gone into administration. Now, if you follow my Fanatec stuff, going to administration, solvency, bankruptcy, people saying, oh, it's fine, it's just normal part of business. Other people more cynical. I don't think it's a good thing to go into administration. It means that you can't pay off your debts, the business is not healthy, you become over leveraged, maybe the basis on which the banks gave you lending is no longer accurate with the company because your sales haven't increased at the same rate. So I never think it's a good thing. So Recaro going into administration is, not great news if you want to have really nice sim racing seats. Worth saying that both Fanatec and Recaro have said that in the interim, they're going to continue fulfilling orders, but take that with a very big pinch of salt. Now I want to talk about something kind of ridiculous. I've mentioned Test Drive Unlimited a lot in the sim racing show. I've explained my reasons why. It's sort of like, you know, it's not going to be a simulator when it comes to handling, but it sort of simulates a feeling of buying a car, I think probably better than any other game. They have an absolutely mad collector's edition. It's costing like €250 or something. So the collector's edition from Test Drive Unlimited, it does come with a Porsche, like a Porsche-like toy car. Yeah, €250, and it's going to be 2,000 units with a steelbook and a Porsche, little toy Porsche car. That's probably going to sell out. So you do the maths, 2,000 units and €250. I'm certainly not going to be buying it. I did buy limited edition of Gran Turismo 7. I have the steelbook right here. I can see it. Still in a shrink wrap. which is weird. I don't know why I've kept it in shrink wrap. But yeah, people are going to buy that, which is kind of give your whales a reason to spend more money. That's something I should do. Like my Gran Turismo beginner masterclass is only $9.99. I should have a tier of like €1,000. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Wreckfest 2 has been announced. So again, we're going to like going sim adjacent. The hedge funds would say, no doubt. But Wreckfest 2 is a big game. It's another racing game coming. And I feel like we're in an era where you just don't know about racing games. You just don't know because it's difficult in games, and it's difficult especially for racing games, for sims and arcade games especially, as the huge games sort of suck all the interest, like Assetto Corsa and like Forza Horizon 5 and 4, for example. I think Forza Horizon 4 right now is one of the most played racing games just in the world because it's going to be delisted. But Wreckfest 2 anyway is coming, so there's going to be all the soft body physics. They should totally have more soft body physics in iRacing, ACC, Gran Turismo, Forza, all these other sims. That's what we love Wreckfest for. Now I want to let you know about esports, accessible esports. British F4 Esports has returned. Soft spot for me because it's run by Motorsport UK, I believe, who ran the first esports championship I did when COVID hit, and I had to go for my real world karting. I was doing national karting at the time, and then that was all cancelled because of COVID, and we went online and we did MS UK F3 racing. So the British F4 Esports is a kind of like continuation of that, I guess. It's using iRacing's F4 car. It's going to be really fun racing, open cockpit. Hopefully there's going to be lots of splits, and yeah, Motorsport UK, touch wood, do a really good job of sort of like democratizing that democratizing that. Ah, damn. Let me know how I pronounce that in the comments. And there's lots of prizes as well, and also mirrors the exact British F4 season that they're doing this year, including the weirdest race at Zandvoort where the lights went green and then went red again and everyone crashed. But yeah, I just wanted to touch on two more things, which are, it's not certain for games. WRC, I think I spoke about in the latest sim racing news update that also would have gone out in the newsletter. By the way, if you're not subscribed to the newsletter, go to www.simracenews.com. Make sure you subscribe. No sensationalism, just news in your inbox. You're going to love it. But WRC, like not doing a full-on sequel, but sort of doing an update. People have asked for that in EA Sports games like FIFA, Madden, and NHL for a long time. I'm not sure it's a good thing for WRC. I think it shows they're not going to devote the development budget and they can't quite justify the price. Seen a similar thing with F1 Manager 24, where they haven't been able to commit to as many updates, and therefore the price hasn't been able to be premium. I think ideally these companies would want to charge premium prices. The other thing I want to mention that I alluded to right at the beginning, so if you have stayed this far, leave an Apple emoji in the comments. The McLaren 720S GT3 Evo is coming to iRacing. None of that existing McLaren, that splits frame in iRacing, that's been there forever. The new GT3 is coming. I was up close and personal with this car at McLaren recently in the McLaren Technology Centre. It is an absolute beast. I went around it with Lucas Blakely, who is a double F1 Esports champion. That video is going to come out very soon on this channel. But yeah, incredible car. Can't wait to drive it. iRacing just going from strength to strength. I've been doing more iRacing on the PC rig here and been really enjoying it. So yeah, some good news. More cars coming to iRacing. You might have heard me complain in the past about, oh, a lot of the new cars are coming to stuff like Forza Horizon, but not the Sims where I want to drive them. Well, here's a car coming. Not the newest car, but still a very desirable car. So I hope you've enjoyed this. Please subscribe if you enjoy it. I appreciate you so much. Let me know your news in the comments. Share your sim racing news and your stories of your racing in the comments, because we're a community here and I'd love to hear about it and follow it. But I'll see you next time.